Hour 2, here we go, live in Los Angeles, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Joy Taylor is joining me. And then we take tomorrow and Friday off, and we don't come back here to these parts until Monday. It's great to have you in. Joy, you've got kind of a Thanksgiving thing going on here.
Yeah, I thought it'd be festive for the holidays.
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving until, like, right after everyone finishes dinner. And then it's, like, officially Christmas.
Then it's officially. We already have the tree up at my house.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Put it up a week ago. No, why not?
You guys get a real tree?
No, it's a fake one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Recycling. I like that.
Yeah.
We always had a fake tree growing up. And it was a hassle, but it was the best. And you have to pull all the wirings out.
Yes, it's all that. My cats like it. Okay, I don't do blazing fives on Wednesday. Typically, I hit about 50%, 58% of my games. I take Thanksgiving off. It's a weird, quirky week, but I played well. I got 3-2 last week. We've only had one losing season all year, one losing week all year. It's amazing. Best year I've ever had doing this. Best year I've ever had picking games, and I love my picks this week. And so I thought, you know what? I'm hot. Let's not screw with momentum. I look at the numbers on Monday, and I'm like, man, there are a lot of – this is a good week for numbers. I told you last week I like the numbers, and this week I really like the numbers. The Blazing Five brought to you by Chili's, 3 for $10 to go. Starter, entree, Coke, only $10. Chili, 3 for $10 to go, makes the holidays easier. Here's the Blazing Five.
That's a hot one. Let's blaze it up. Fire it up. It's Colin's Blazing Five. Bears and Lions.
Okay, Detroit plus 3.5. Like it. I love the Lions. First of all, Mitch Trubisky's banged up, and he may not play, so get on this puppy fast. They may take it off the board. But I liked them before that. Matt Stafford has won 4 of his last 5 Thanksgiving games, and he's thrown for, on average, 300 yards a game. The Bears are a good team, but they're young and emotional. Young and emotional teams are great at home and average on the road. This team's just 2-2 on the road this year, and their wins are over Arizona and Buffalo. Detroit wins outright 27-26.
Seahawks at Panthers.
Carolina, I'm going to take them plus 3.5. I know it's more than a field goal, but you got 2 things working here. One, Carolina is sneaky good at home, and Seattle's sneaky bad on the road. Look at the home-road splits for Carolina. They're 5-0 at home. They average 32 points. And they don't turn the ball over bizarrely at home either. They're plus 10 turnover differential, best in the league at home. They're a very good red zone offense. Seattle doesn't travel well. I'll swallow the points. Carolina wins 28-23.
Browns at Bengals.
Like it, I love it. I love Cleveland here. I know. Browns are off a bye. I believe even though they're not a great team, they play with a purpose. Everybody in that building is the Pied Piper is Baker Mayfield. Actually, in the last month, strung some nice games together. Cincinnati's just overrated. They've been blown out several times. When the Browns lose close. This Bengal defense is on pace to be the worst in NFL history. Baker, 9 TDs, 2 picks in his last 4 starts. Browns, forget the points. I think they win outright, 27-26.
Giants at Eagles.
Listen, I'll swallow the 6 points and take Philly here. First of all, in the last 2 years, who wins games, Eagles or Giants? So I get the better team, the better roster at home. Carson Wentz against Eli. Listen, there are some things Philadelphia does very well, and there's some things that the Giants don't do well. The Giants have won consecutive games, but it's against the Niners and the Bucs. The Giants have the second fewest sacks, 30th ranked third down defense. Say what you want about Philadelphia, but they played earlier this year, and it was an utter blowout, and I think there'll be another blowout at home. Philadelphia wins 28-10.
Packers at Vikings.
I'm going to go just on the number here. I don't know if Green Bay wins, but I like the number, 3.5 points. Listen, the Packers have the 3rd most sacks in the league. I don't like Kirk Cousins in these big standalone TV games. Aaron Still, touchdown-interception ratio is fantastic, 19 TDs and 1 picks. And I'll go back to it. Kirk Cousins is the Andy Dalton of the NFC. Big games, shrinks. I think Minnesota's the better team, but I like the number at 3.5. Let's call an upset. Green Bay wins it 24-23. A little bit of an upset pick. Not sure how I feel about it. I like the first 4 picks better than that one. but it's my pick. I'm going with it. Aaron Rodgers bouncing back, motivated by Goff and Mahomes and Trubisky and all this offense. There you go. Blazing 5 sponsored by Chili's. 3 for $10 deal. Get a starter, entree, Coke, $10. Perfect play for the busy holidays and your hungry family. By the way, now many of you, after I did that Drew Brees segment, they're saying, Colin, he's always taking shots at Aaron Rodgers. You just don't like the guy. I don't know the guy. Met him one time. I know he doesn't like me. Oh, okay, that's fine. Kevin Durant this weekend didn't like me. It's okay. My job is to give an opinion, be honest and forthright, not suck up to pro athletes. Call them like I see them. Let me defend Brett Favre, though, on this, because I know how this is going to play. Brett Favre came out in support of Mike McCarthy this week. A lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron doesn't like him. Brett says he is an excellent coach, that Mike McCarthy.
I think Mike is an excellent coach. They have to win, and I think win in a hurry, or something may happen there. I mean, Aaron is playing outstanding and really keeping them in games. Their defense is really, at times, looking really good, opportunistic, aggressive, but I don't see that. I see a lot of potential. I just think that they're underachieving a little bit right now.
Okay. Of course, Favre connects with Mike McCarthy. First of all, their personalities, old school, a little stubborn. They're cut from the same cloth. The other thing is McCarthy saved Favre's career. Mike Sherman was a bad NFL coach. Green Bay was 4-12. McCarthy came in and turned it around in 2 years. They went 8-8, and then they went 13-3. So, of course, Favre loves him. I'd love a boss, too, if he resurrected my career. Of course he loves him. The second thing is, never forget this. McCarthy used to be in San Francisco. And as Greg Jennings told us, the former Packer, he didn't love Aaron Rodgers coming out of college.
The thing about Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy that people miss sometimes, who was the #1 overall pick the year Aaron Rodgers came out? Alex Smith. Who was his offensive coordinator? Mike McCarthy. And it would just be so random. And Aaron will take a shot at Mike like, oh, yeah, like how you picked Alex Smith. Yeah, okay.
So listen, Favre is going to love McCarthy. Same personality, cut from the same cloth, resurrected his career. And there's no question that Aaron Rodgers is a different dude than McCarthy. He inherits McCarthy, and McCarthy is like Favre's guy, and McCarthy once passed on him. I'm not a grudge holder, but I don't forget stuff. I forgive and I don't forget. I'm not a grudge holder. But if Aaron Rodgers is like, you're kind of a Favre guy, he's right. McCarthy's kind of a Favre guy. And so if Favre comes out and says, I love Mike McCarthy, I totally get it. Completely, absolutely explainable. I do think McCarthy and Rodgers, 12 years in, time for divorce. There are, you always hear horror stories about bad divorces. McCarthy will get another job. Aaron will get a more progressive offensive mind. It'll all be good. Aaron will have, after this year, another good 4 years. I hope he lasts physically. Khalil Mack, twice a year. Vikings defense, twice a year. But Aaron's going to have a nice 4 years after this year. They're not going to make the playoffs this year. In fact, we do this thing called the herd hierarchy every week. We haven't had Green Bay. Have we had Green Bay in the top 10 since week 1? The 2 teams I bought into early. I didn't buy into Green Bay early this year. I haven't had them in herd hierarchy in 3 months. I mean, I just didn't buy them this year. After about week 3, I was out on them. And Saints, we bought them before everybody else did. We said they're better than the Rams, they're better than the Steelers, they're better than the Chiefs for 2 reasons. You can't run on them, and their offensive line now is the best in football. But Aaron's going to have a good 4 years after McCarthy, and McCarthy's going to get picked up by somebody. He will. I'm not sure the list will be long for McCarthy, but he'll get picked up by somebody. We got a lot. TJ Hushmanzada's coming up next. I love him. A truth teller, an honesty broker. Joel Klatt's coming on. I believe Bama, Clemson, Notre Dame are the best 3, and the 4th spot should go to Oklahoma. I don't want to hear about their defense, and Joel Klatt's not going to like that. So we're going to argue about that in about 25 minutes. The weather is getting cold. It is easy right now to talk yourself into staying in bed for an hour, right? I get it. Casper mattress makes it really tempting to hide under those sheets.